Brianna Stewart's never going to win another championship, or, Nafisa Collier's better than Maya Moore. Like, instead of those kinds of hot takes, the hot takes solely and explicitly surround all of these Black women.
ESPN has found itself in the middle of a major controversy following the termination of its contract with one of its well-known figures, Elle Duncan. The reason behind this shocking decision lies in her controversial remarks about rising basketball star Caitlin Clark. Duncan's comments left audiences stunned, as Clark has been gaining immense popularity due to her extraordinary talent and relentless hard work. This situation has sparked widespread debate in the sports world, with many questioning whether Duncan's remarks were merely her personal opinion or if there was a deeper agenda at play. In response to the backlash, ESPN took swift action, ultimately leading to Duncan's contract termination. However, this move has raised even more questions. Was this a professional decision or simply a reaction to public pressure? The controversy has ignited heated discussions on social media, where opinions are divided. Some believe that Duncan was unfairly targeted, while others argue that her statements were inappropriate and deserved consequences. Regardless, this incident has put ESPN in a difficult position, forcing the network to navigate the fallout while maintaining its credibility. The debate surrounding this situation is far from over, as people continue to weigh in on the matter.
From different parts of the country, like, she's sort of existed in this bubble.
How arrogant is this?
Jealousy is something we all experience, but Angel, the real issue isn't that you're feeling envious, it's that you're openly expressing it in the worst way possible. Instead of focusing on improving yourself, you're hosting marathon live streams on your so-called platform, attempting to shift the narrative while Caitlin Clark remains dedicated to her craft. Clark's ability to shoot the ball with precision and skill sets her apart, yet you choose to downplay her achievements by accusing her supporters of racism and attributing her success to white privilege rather than making baseless claims. Perhaps you should take a page from Clark's playbook. Work hard, stay focused, and let your game do the talking. Blaming the world for your shortcomings won't get you anywhere, and unfortunately, self-awareness doesn't seem to be your strong suit. True success doesn't come from tearing others down. It comes from persistence, dedication, and skill. Caitlin Clark has proven time and again that hard work pays off, while you continue to waste time trying to discredit her achievements. If you want to be recognized, then put in the effort, improve your game, and let your performance speak for itself.
Caitlin Clark can throw a ball into a basket deeper and better.
Caitlin Clark has been rewriting the history books, cementing her place among the greatest women's basketball players of all time. In contrast, Angel Reese has become synonymous with showmanship, waving fingers, taunting opponents, and capitalizing on viral moments. But let's address the bigger picture. Reese seemed to miss the fundamental essence of sports: skill, legacy, and dignity. While Clark was busy dominating the game on every level, Clark's 2024 season wasn't just impressive, it was historic. She led the league in scoring with an average of over 27 points per game, shattered more than 60 records, and became the first WNBA player to win Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year award since its inception in 2019. Meanwhile, Reese was still reliving her 15 minutes of fame from the previous year's championship game, where her antics overshadowed her team's victory. Even legendary players like Cheryl Swoops had to acknowledge that Clark was not just good, she was transcendent. However, controversy erupted when ESPN analyst Elle Duncan made polarizing comments about Clark, sparking outrage among fans and experts alike. Instead of focusing on Clark's contributions to the sport, Duncan introduced divisive rhetoric that many saw as an attempt to downplay her achievements. This wasn't a debate about statistics or performance. It felt personal. As backlash mounted, ESPN found itself in an increasingly difficult position. The network, known for insightful sports analysis, was suddenly under fire for allowing one of its prominent voices to stir unnecessary controversy. Fans flooded social media with criticism, arguing that Duncan's remarks were not only unprofessional but also an attack on a beloved athlete who had done nothing but elevate the game. Eventually, ESPN decided to part ways with Duncan in an effort to quell the storm. Why did Duncan make these remarks in the first place? Some speculate that jealousy played a role. Clark's meteoric rise has been nothing short of spectacular, and not everyone is thrilled about it. For years, WNBA players have fought for recognition, and Clark's rapid ascent has disrupted the status quo. Duncan's comments appeared to reflect a broader sentiment within certain circles, resentment toward Clark's newfound spotlight, but this isn't the first time we've seen such a reaction in sports. When a fresh talent rises too quickly, there's often backlash from those who feel overlooked. However, in Clark's case, the negativity seemed particularly intense. Rather than being celebrated for her impact on the sport, she was subjected to unnecessary scrutiny. Duncan's remarks weren't just criticism. They felt like an attempt to undermine everything Clark had worked for. Clark's response? Silence. Instead of engaging in the drama, she let her performance on the court do the talking. Her unwavering focus and professionalism only strengthened her status as a fan favorite. Supporters rallied behind her, praising her skill, work ethic, and the way she has elevated women's basketball to unprecedented heights. ESPN's decision to sever ties with Duncan sends a clear message. Personal attacks on athletes, especially those driven by ulterior motives, won't be tolerated. The network prides itself on celebrating athletes' achievements, not fueling unnecessary drama. However, this situation also raises important questions about the role of sports analysts. Should commentators be allowed to voice controversial opinions, even if they're unpopular? Where is the line between constructive criticism and personal bias? In an era where media personalities wield as much influence as the athletes they cover, accountability is more important than ever. Duncan's remarks weren't just about basketball, they were about controlling the narrative of an athlete's career. And in this case, many felt the narrative was unfairly skewed. The controversy highlighted a deeper issue: the fine line between journalistic integrity and personal agenda. Fans saw Duncan's comments as an unwarranted attack rather than a professional critique, and ESPN was forced to act accordingly despite the controversy. Clark remained focused on what she does best, playing basketball. Her ability to rise above the noise and maintain her composure only solidified her reputation as one of the game's brightest stars. If anything, the situation further endeared her to fans, who admired her resilience and dedication. Clark's success is not just about talent, it's about hard work and perseverance. She represents the future of women's basketball, drawing in new audiences and elevating the WNBA's profile. Her presence alone has generated unprecedented interest in the sport, making her one of its most influential figures. This incident serves as a wake-up call for ESPN and the broader sports media landscape. Networks must be cautious about the narratives they promote. In today's digital age, where opinions spread like wildfire, one misstep can result in a PR disaster. By terminating Duncan's contract, ESPN demonstrated its commitment to protecting its athletes.